What is up, guys? KFC back. It feels like it has been so long since I've been able to put out a recording, so I found myself with about 15 to 20 minutes of free time sitting in a Panera. So I'm going to hope that their internet holds up here. I had a good idea for a TGF Rising video on a base that took 6 hits at the Town Hall 8 level. Unfortunately, I did lose a bunch of these replays here to a random maintenance break. So unfortunately, we'll not be able to cover the base 14, which is the one I wanted to cover. Go ahead and take a look at what base 14 was, though. Just because 5 of our Town Hall 8s hit it, we actually had to send a Town Hall 9 down to clean it up. This is what the base looked like. It doesn't look like a super tough base, but this was the first war that TGF Rising had in the new metagame where you can't double poison, so maybe just a little bit of a hiccup there in terms of getting this base down. I think when I look at this base, the number one thing that I see is kind of up here in this top area is really the only place where Teslas and bombs could be. So this would kind of instantly be the area that I would most certainly have a plan on. I think that by and large, if you send 4 hogs on this cannon, 3 on that archer tower, 4 on that cannon, or maybe 5 on that cannon since they can pop up to this archer tower, and then 3 and 4 over here, basically that gives you all your heals can be used back here. There's really no need to use a heal spell anywhere down here because those hogs right here will burn through the cannon and the archer tower, and then they'll go to the wizard tower and the mortar. Same with all these kind of hogs down here. There's really no need for any heal spells down here. It's really this kind of top area that is of super concern for the base. But like I said, unfortunately, I was going to review the attacks on that base, and I ended up losing 4 of the 5 Town Hall 8 attacks that kind of came in on it. Going to go ahead and watch Twex's attack on it, since I do at least have that replay available. So currently, Twex kind of going in on this base hits a 99% on it. As you can see by the time there at the bottom, it looks like he does unfortunately run out of time, 3 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock. Does go ahead and bring a double poison spell. Going to be using the mass hog approach. It'll be interesting to see how he takes out this CC. He does have 8 archers, 3 wizards. I think that the main way to take out the enemy clan castle at this point, especially if it's small and doesn't have a dragon in it, will be kind of dropping your BK in the back and kind of raging him. The BK really doesn't serve a whole lot of purpose at Town Hall 8. Obviously, this is probably different for players like Rex, who tend to do more kind of shattered go-ho approaches, but for at least mass hogs, the BK is largely irrelevant. So go ahead and see kind of how Twex kind of hits this base. So he obviously knows where everything is. I don't know where everything is because I'm not sure. I didn't watch the replays. So he drops a couple hogs here to get the lure. That seems like a very reasonable kind of plan to me. Out pops the dragon and the balloon, which is fantastic. So now he's got the archers that he's going to pull this CC. Let's see which corner he pulls into. He's going to go ahead and pull him over here to this left corner. And let's go ahead and see how he handles this dragon, given that he can't really double poison the CC. I'm sure what he'll end up doing is he'll probably drop the poison and then circle it with archers so the dragon kind of stays in the poison spell here. So dragon's over. He's trying to get the dragon and the balloon a little bit closer. Now he's going to go ahead and circle the dragon. That dragon just barely is in the poison spell, but unfortunately pops out of the poison spell right there. But those wizards are going to be easily able to take it out. That balloon drops its bomb, and then goes down to a wizard shot. So here you see Twex is going to start at the top, that danger area that I talked about. Actually going to drop his CC hogs first, which is interesting, right? Because obviously you know that this is like your real high-profile area where there's lots of Teslas, lots of bombs, so I would have thought that maybe the stronger hogs would have gone somewhere down here as opposed to kind of in the danger area. But let's see the heal spell placements. I would think that both heal spells should be down like right around now. Skeleton traps are popping. The Teslas are going to pop. So boom, there's the Teslas. Hogs are all in, and I think there's the one heal spell there. Gets a bunch of the hogs in there, so that looks good. Second heal spell goes down over there, so that looks good. Unfortunately, loses a little bit of hogs there to that unfortunate. It's not really a double, but just kind of poorly placed. A poorly placed double, and the hog just kind of made unfortunate bacon, and then he's going to kind of surgically go kind of clockwise. So I actually like the attack. None that I really see that was a huge concern, other than maybe that heal. That heal over here is really right now, it's only covering 2 hogs as they're being chased by a BK. There's many more hogs over here that are barely even being targeted. So this is the pack of hogs that I would have wanted to heal, maybe over here. So I think the placement of the heal spell is fine. The timing of it just is unfortunate, because here comes this mass group of hogs here, and just as they get into this kind of final area here, that heal spell is going to dissipate, and then boom. So it'd be really nice if you had the heal spell right now and just dropped it, because obviously they'd be sitting on, excuse me, sorry, I'm recording on my phone this time. So now they're encountering this BK in a very highly concentrated area with a gold storage, and it would be great if he had a heal spell here. Did not use his poison on the BK2. That could have obviously saved, we know that the result of this attack is a 99%. So that would have been a really nice use of the poison spell there. Time is just ticking away, and he finally drops that wizard down here. I think it's really tough, especially when now that you're down to 3 minutes. I know that people want to place their wizard spell, their wizard kind of appropriately, and I'm assuming what's going to end up getting him actually is this corner hut all the way up here, because this BK is now going to wrap around, and these hogs are going to go up to the elixir collector, but I don't believe they're going to go. They're going to go back down to this barrack here. So I think that missing that corner hut is ultimately what's going to kind of get him here. So let's go ahead and zoom out and get a high-profile view. So this might be a corner hut fail here, unfortunately. So a couple of small mistakes that were just made. I would have loved to see the heal spell a little later, like I said. And unfortunately, yep, it is indeed going to be that corner hut that is going to doom him here. He's going to get all these defenses down, 9 seconds to go, and poisons the hut. He knows that he's made a mistake. It's really, really tough, and it's really one of those things, right? He brought 8 archers. Unfortunately, he used too many on the clan castle kill, and that's going to come with a little bit more experience. It's possible that on the next war, Twex will bring 13 archers and 3 wizards instead of 8 and 3 to kind of make sure that he doesn't run out of wizards. So good try there. That was the 5th attack on that base. So heartbreaking to be a 99%. Ellen also hit a 99% on that base. So definitely, I think that especially if you're a Town Hall 8, corner huts are just a fantastic idea right now. For what we just saw, I think smaller CCs could also be really good, just because a lot of players don't know how to deal with them. So good try, Twex. I'm going to go ahead and just do sort of a mini war recap, I guess you could say, of TGF Rising, since I have fewer replays to work with here. So let's go ahead and scroll down to the ones that I do have and maybe kind of pick out some Town Hall 9 triples to show you guys. Go ahead and watch Javik here taking out base 11. Kind of see how he does it. So I won't say it's a symmetrical base because it's not. It's not really anti-3 either. Obviously has a horribly positioned Archer Queen kind of down here and a very easy CC pull. So just a really bad base layout. But he's going to go ahead and bring hogs here. So let's go ahead and scout the base for hogs and look for kind of danger areas. I would assume that there's kind of quad Teslas up here in the core. So then kind of looking at places where bombs can be. There's actually no good double bomb spots. Obviously, there's a double bomb spot. Right, no, that's not even one either. Yeah, this base is just horrendous. So obviously there's a single spot there. So obviously a really good scout for this base. I think that the major area to heal would obviously be like right here in the core. And then depending on how he deploys his hogs, kind of wherever it's kind of needed. So definitely a really poor base here by the enemy. But the lure is going to actually bring out a witch. So that's going to be interesting. He doesn't have anything to anchor. So so a lot of people probably in our clan don't know what an anchor is. An anchor is a troop that you use to pull the CC troops some way. And so basically what he's used as his anchor is simply just starting the attack, which basically kind of made the lure almost pointless, right? Like you could have started the attack, grabbed the lure, and then they could have come down. You also could have pulled maybe like closer to this area so that they were closer to the CC pull. So an example of an anchor would probably be right here. You could drop an archer kind of on this gold mine. It should be out of range of that cannon. And what that'll do is that'll pull the CC down here for you, and you can take it out in a little bit more of a controlled manner. But either way, with an AQ on the outside of the base, gonna go ahead and come in here with his shatter portion, gets his wizards down nice and early. Unfortunately, this gold mine does not go down, so I'm not sure if they could have been placed a little bit better. I have to check the range on it. Poison spell does go down on those CC troops to start kind of melting them away. Queen is obviously already down. Second poison spell goes down. I think that's correct at Town Hall 9, especially when it's a smaller CC. And you can see he's going to start his hogs kind of over here near 3 o'clock. So down goes the cannon and the archer tower. Let's go ahead and take a look at this heal spell here. So obviously the purpose of the heal spell was to be used after they take down the first 2 pieces of defense. So this heal spell is a little bit off because you want the kind of this back end of the heal spell here to be placed on the front end of these 2 defenses here. That would give you kind of coverage, possibly for some Teslas over here. You could have it so they can cover the front of this airstrip here. You could push it a little bit more up to cover this archer tower here. So there's lots of different ways that heal spell could have been used a little bit better. So that was 10 or so of his hogs. There goes a single bomb right there. He's sending in some more hogs in the back, which is a little awkward because it doesn't have quite the synergy. Because if you were going to commit those hogs anyway, I think you should have sent them a little bit earlier. So now everything's in the core, nice spot for a heal. Boom, there it goes. Go ahead and take a look at that. The front end of the heal spell here is covering a gold storage and a dark elixir drill. So definitely Javik, just keep an eye out on your heal spell locations. Make sure they're covering, make sure that I refer to it as the ass end. The ass end of the heal spell needs to be covering the front end of some defense. So obviously these hogs are sitting on these Teslas. That would be the area that you'd want to have that heal spell dropped. So 11 hogs in the bag, still has his AQ ability. As you can see, he's taken out a decent portion of the base over here. There's still a lot to go, though. So if I were to kind of be doing this attack, I would want to start those 11 hogs kind of maybe like 5 or 6 on that cannon, and then 5 or 6 on this archer tower, so they'd all kind of meet up kind of down here where I would drop my final heal spell. Let's go ahead and see what Javik does. Indeed does at least start dropping some kind of up there on that cannon. Unfortunately, only drops 3, and so a cannon and a skeleton trap are going to melt through those hogs. It's going to get the cannon down. But they're not going to get that wizard tower down. So it looks like there's going to be some element of backtracking here. Single bomb goes off, drops his final heal spell, but those hogs are going to kind of get healed up and then run kind of directly out of it. He is going to kind of sloppily get the base down. I mean that in the sweetest way possible, of course. All the defenses are down, lots of high storage areas to go, but he does still have his king up, beating on that town hall. Queen does still have her ability, and he is cleaning up the base. No corner huts to worry about, so that's great. And that is that. So a little bit sloppy, but ultimately taking advantage of a bad base design and doing a good job there with that double poison. Although I do see 2 level 2 poison spells. Grab a max one for your CC. Also completely odd that you have 15/15 heroes and a jump spell that is level 1. Get that bad boy up. Those extra 20 seconds are just monumental in Town Hall 9 attacks. Let's go ahead and watch 1 or 2 more while I'm sitting on this this internet here. It doesn't seem to be super fantastic. Let's go ahead and watch, let's see. Let's go ahead and watch Alexander take out 6, which looks like a fresh hit. So kind of a really, definitely a high-level base, and just in terms of kind of how it looks. Corner huts all around, but he only has, this is actually really interesting because Alexander is actually bringing a go wipe. I actually cannot show this. And he also, there's a corner hut here, and there's a corner hut here, and there's a corner hut here, and for some reason he's bringing 23 wizards and 1 archer. So I went from very, very proud of you to very, very disappointed in you, Alexander. You got to be better than that. You got both heroes up. You could easily, if you wanted to, you could bring 25 hogs, and you could start your shattered portion from this side and still nab the 2-star. Obviously, you got lucky, nabbed the 3, but you got to be better than that if you want to get up to main. You got 15/15 heroes now, so you will be under consideration for main. If you start rolling off some 6-star wars here. So just watch those go wipes, sir. I'm sure you did what you thought was best at the time, given the situation in the war. But yeah, we don't want to see that stuff. All right, let's watch Hellnail 2 take out his mirror here. So kind of one of those bad anti-3 designs. When I say bad, I simply just mean there's a 2x4 section here. There's a 2x4 section here, so pretty easily able to kind of detect these doubles. He is bringing 2 heals, a rage, and a jump. I'm personally not a huge fan of the rage, but I know some people are, so to each his or her own. I'm going to go ahead and see how he kind of starts this raid. Does have 1 giant. I assume I can't see a location where that giant would be super useful to pulling the CC, so obviously that's just going to be used for his hogs. Down goes his shatter portion here, coming from the bottom right. So you see the purpose of this kill squad, obviously to negate that spot there in between that cannon and that expo, and to go ahead and get the Archer Queen. I did also notice that he started with a minion kind of down there on that builder hut, so that's fantastic. Rage spell goes down, very well placed kind of on those golems, which are going to trip the CC. Down goes the poison spell on the dragon and 2 balloons. Actually drops a second poison spell as well to make sure that the enemy barbarian can get slowed down. Obviously, just barely, if I just pause it for a second, just barely this poison spell missed the enemy Archer Queen, so that's super unfortunate. So just like heal spells, place the ass end of the heal spell on the front end of the defense, place the ass end of that poison spell on the front end of that Archer Queen to kind of get that effect there. So the rage spell certainly seems to be doing a decent job here for him. Pops his king's ability, but the king's going to go down before he gets to the queen, and he's actually going to rely on his queen to go ahead and take down the enemy Archer Queen. So he's negated pathing to one of the double bomb sets. In come the hogs down here at the bottom. He dropped about 9 or so. That's 12 now. And so I think what he's hoping, oh, now he's dropping some more. And so this pathing is going to be a little awkward, so I'm going to go ahead and see how this works here. Maybe those bombs aren't there. This obviously was a cleanup attack. I'm just making an assumption that that's where the bombs are. Looks like he's going to make a ton of bacon here. These hogs are going to go into... Oh, nope, there is no double bomb there. So he knew what he was doing. I just have no idea what I'm talking about. There goes a heal spell right there. I have to assume that there are now bombs there. So here you go. Boom, there goes one bomb. Boom, there goes the other. So did get a little fortunate just in terms of how they tripped. But all the defense down. He's got early. Look at this right here. I'm going to pause this. There were still hogs and defenses up over here, and he already had his wizard down here working cleanup. That is the way that you do it when there's only 3 minutes on the clock. All the corner huts are already taken care of. So now you have this wizard here working on this gold storage, and this wizard is going to then step up, hit that elixir storage. This wizard is going to take out the gold mine, take out the dark elixir. These hogs are going to end over here and kind of take out this whole area, and then these hogs are going to kind of take out this whole area. So just a very, very efficient cleanup process. If we look at the time left on the clock, 38 seconds for basically 28% of the base is how long it takes Hellnail 2 to kind of clean up this base. And so, you know, when we have a 3 minutes of an attack, you know, think about AQ walking, right? Like a lot of guys will AQ walk for a full minute. Well, if you need 40 seconds for cleanup, you know, you only have 1 minute and 20 seconds to do your attack, so just kind of keep all that in mind. So go ahead and fast forward this here. Watch Hellnail 2 kind of speed up this cleanup process here. And then maybe we'll watch one more and kind of call this a video here. Excuse me. All right, so down goes enemy 9. And so let's go ahead and watch one more. Let's go ahead and watch Unstable, triple the enemy 5 here, bringing a Stone Goho. Congratulations, Unstable, on your level 20 Barbarian King. So up to 2015 heroes, that's fantastic. Duck King is apparently sad. No corner huts anywhere to be seen, so that's fantastic. And so he doesn't need to bring any archers with him, so bringing 3 heals on a jump. Obviously the Archer Queen is kind of offset here, so I'd expect some sort of an entry from either down here or kind of up here to kind of get in there and get that queen. And then everything else after that, if you look, there's really no good 2x4 spots. So obviously there could be a single here, there could be a single there, there could be a single there. Some Tesla action, so I think this is going to be a good good hit on this base. And you can see the efficiency that Unstable takes this base out, 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock as we start this attack, is indeed going to start his shattered portion kind of up here from 2 o'clock. Sorry, got my times confused for a second. Let's go ahead and look at this funnel that he's created here. So definitely a very good funnel. He's got a minion kind of over here on this Dark Spell Factory, and got another wizard over here, and then he's got 2 wizards down here. So just this is almost like the expert level funnel creation. Now, if I were to ask you to kind of pause the video here and tell me what the one mistake would be, hopefully your answer is that he dropped his Barbarian King before his Archer Queen. There's absolutely no reason for that Barbarian King to be down yet. There's definitely a lot of risk of this Barbarian King walking, especially down to this army camp or over to this elixir storage. I'm going to assume that that was just a mistake on Unstable's part, that he meant to drop his queen before he dropped his king, but we'll see here, kind of as the raid kind of gets going here. Down go the wall breakers. Boom! They are going to hit a mortar. That is super unfortunate. Queen does now go down. He's going to have to probably get really aggressive with this jump spell. The wall breakers do go ahead and open that compartment, and that king is definitely walking. That king is going to walk to the left. He go ahead, stop talking, king. He's going to go ahead. The king is going to walk. He's got a poison spell that goes down, so he's basically all in right now on his queen. Trying to get the CC down and the enemy Archer Queen, and he is just going to get it, it looks like. He does have the poison spell in the bag. I probably would have panicked and already used it, because I can't even see if that queen is down. I think she is. Yeah, she's down. So that dragon there, kind of getting himself out of the poison spell, but gets sniped out by the enemy Archer Queen. He's got hogs kind of going around the outside here. Very, very nicely placed heal spell, kind of working those 2 singles. So that was masterful, and then he's going to kind of keep surgically deploying his hogs here around the outside of the base. I would expect another heal spell to come down right now. Boom, there it is. Just missed it there a little bit. Sorry, guys. I should have turned the group notifications off. It's the first time I recorded on my phone. Some more hogs come down there at 6, and then boom, heal spell goes down right around the enemy Barbarian King. Does look like this is going to cut it a little close. Maybe not. Obviously there's some hogs out there. He must not hit a lot of spring traps here. So the hogs are going to take out that Archer Tower, go up to the last one. There's probably 8 or so of them left. He's already got all of his cleanup down all around the base, so that's just really, really good stuff here. He had something else in his CC. I guess I didn't realize that. It was not a stoned approach. It was a shattered approach, so I have absolutely no idea what he had in his CC. He must have had CC hogs that came in here and went up to this cannon that I just kind of completely missed. So really, really nice attack by Unstable. Congrats again on the heroes kind of working their way up. looking forward to possibly seeing you in Maine soon. And definitely probably 30 seconds too early on that Barbarian King. So be a little careful with that. And yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Once again, sorry for how long it's been since I've recorded the video. Hopefully this one will hold you over. I am unfortunately I shouldn't say unfortunately. I am visiting the girlfriend's parents this weekend, so I probably won't get a whole lot of videos out. But hopefully this one will hold you over. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.